didn't have an ID to us.
No, go. Okay. So, according to the studio, we are live. Give me a second to double check it. Oh my God, if it ain't one thing, it's another this year. Oh, wait, it just started.
Exactly.
I
Don't
find it
even go
interesting.
there.
Every time you say, "Oh, that can opener will be fine enough," it turns out it's not fine enough.
Oh, go do something productive. Okay, we are live on Rumble and YouTube.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Today is Friday, January 23rd at 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in case you can't tell, I'm really sick. The bad news for all of you, you might want to run now, is 30 days of extra steroids. Crazy bee, you know what a
We'll get
ride
through
it's
it.
going to be.
We'll get through it. Like
You
the
know,
last couple times that were rough, but we got through it.
hey, Blue, this is going to make or break us. You know that.
No, it won't. Might make or break you, but I'm here no matter what.
All right, well, that's good to know. And
In advance, and this is pre-recorded, so I can always just share it if you
Great.
this
start
is true.
questioning or
And
concerning or start having
yeah,
those ups and downs from the prednisone.
yep. And that, not only that, but that's on addition to doubling my daily dose of steroids. So I'm going to be triple dosed for 30 days. I'm on 14 days of antibiotics. We have a PCP appointment Wednesday as our regular checkup. If I'm not better by Wednesday, I'll probably be in the hospital. So they were going to give me Tamiflu, but they said that that's too hard on my liver. And then there's a new drug, I don't remember the name, it begins with a Z, but they said it's expensive. It's like a one-time pill dose, and but it's like $100, and I ain't paying $100 for one pill.
Yeah, I've
So,
been given that before.
have
It's been
you?
out for a bit, but I've been on it before. It's not really as new as they always say it is, but it was. They had it in Michigan about 6, 7 years ago.
Okay.
You can
All
always
right.
use AI for Dee's voice.
For real. Thanks,
Nah.
Vanilla. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And hi Vanilla and hi Blue, because I was sending out the notices.
So you're going to hear me
But
rattling. I got bags to go through of medicine. Uh, and I am not going to do what I did last time and start the steroid pack at nighttime because we were up for how many days? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So we'll wait till tomorrow to start that mess. But then on top of all of that, I wasn't sure I'd be back in time or be back at all because Eric took the dog out, went out near the truck, slipped and fell on the ice, cracked his head off of the bumper, has a nice gash, big lump, got to look for concussion. He's bleeding, but he doesn't need stitches. Of course, he doesn't want to put ice or anything on it, so I'll have to smack him
Yeah.
around. Yeah. But you know what he had?
No Motrin or aspirin because those are blood thinners.
Right, he doesn't take that. But you know what he said? He goes, I hope I didn't hurt the bumper. And I'm like, what?
That sounds like something I would say and something my dad would say to me. I'm
Yeah,
like, I hurt myself, and he's like, "Is
yeah,
the bumper okay?" It's
right,
like,
right. So
really?
I'm telling you, it's just been a crazy day. I had to call my daughter in law to come get the baby because I feel so bad. And he was just,
He was a handful today.
yes, he was. And especially when he took one hand and moved the entire pack and play out of his way to get to the fireplace.
He's getting stronger.
Uh huh. So,
Sleeping it off sounds like a bad idea. Yes, it
yes,
is.
it is a
Hey,
bad idea. Yeah.
we have cannabis over in
And
Rumble.
Rumble,
He
there
just
you
popped
go.
in.
Hey, Cannabis, good to see you. Glad you're always here. And he's just wild. I opened the door to let the dog out, and there he is. He can climb up the step. So I'm thinking to wear him out is to start having him. I'm going to have to recarpet the steps though, because right now I went back to hardwood stairs. So I could have him climb up it and climb back down, climb up and climb back down, where his little butt
Mhm.
at, and then try to get him. Well, he's been sleeping good for me, so I can't complain, but still. I gave them my playpen, which I was using, to block things off, so I'm going to have to get something else. And
Might
Eric
have to
goes,
move extra furniture,
uh
like
huh.
extra chairs,
I
dining room
did all
chairs if
that.
you have extras.
He
Oh,
went.
he's
He
still
went
getting
under.
around it.
He went under it.
Oh,
He
that little
moved it.
stinker.
He was in every door in the entertainment center. I'm going to have to get magnetic catches to keep them closed.
He still might be strong enough to pull those open.
Well, my initial thought was just to tie a rope around all of it. Get some type of rope and just tie it.
That what is that? That Gorgon knot or whatever it's called? That's
Yeah,
impossible to undo.
right. And then
But somehow a kid manages to get
to
through it,
do it
even though an
right.
adult can't.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and so I wanted to get another playpen, and Eric said, "Why do you have to get that? Can't you just put them on a leash?" And I said, "Well, they do have them, but then he's just going to not drag me over." So,
Baby proof. There is no such thing as baby proof when you have a
uh-uh,
smart baby.
nope.
I'm going to tell you, my son got through those child safety handles and locks and stuff by the time he was 18 months old. There was no baby proofing. It was, if I had to pee, I had to drag him to the bathroom with me. There was no leaving him in the playpen because he would climb out of the playpen. By the time he was a year old, he could climb out of the playpen and break out the doors.
Jeez.
It's actually adult proof. Yes.
Right, right.
Yes. The adult can't figure it out, but the toddler and the little kids can.
Yes.
Yes.
That
I'm
makes
telling
sense.
you, it's wild when I'm in my own home and I can't just leave my kids sitting in the playpen to watch TV while I gotta pee. I actually had to bring him with me because he would just climb out. And there was one point he got the door handle off, opened the door, pulled off his diaper, and then started running up and down the stairs naked. Yes. Some kids are just that
Too
high
smart for their own
IQ'd
good.
at a young
Right,
age.
right.
Yes.
Yep,
And there is no, that's why what it sounds like with him is this is going to be one of those, I'm super smart, watch this.
yep. Uh-huh. But it's Friday night. Hopefully, I stay awake for all of this. If I don't, everybody, it's gonna snow supposedly. Either A, why I have been wishing for the last, I don't know how many years, for a good snow day that shuts the city down for like 3 days and nobody can go anywhere or do anything. That's yet to occur. So hopefully that will happen. If it doesn't, probably what will happen is it will just get a little poof of snow and then all of this for naught, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
hopefully.
panic buying the toilet paper, the paper towels, food, uh, everything was off the shelves. Everything. Just it was panic buying all over again. Kind of reminded me of COVID.
Hmm. It's the same. People down here will wait till the last minute.
Uh huh. Wonder who we could be talking about. Not mentioning any
And
names.
I just saw what cannabis put
What do you.
when in response to my son. He goes, "What's wrong?" When I said about him running around naked, he goes,
Right.
"What's wrong with that? I still do that as an adult."
Oh,
As
that's
a
funny.
baby, it's not illegal. As an adult, it is
Yeah,
very
I think if.
illegal.
Oh, well, you know what? I doubt if it's illegal today, given
Certain
our
areas
justice.
are,
Yeah, so, yeah,
yes.
right. He probably, well, New York, he could probably, well, there's what, the naked cowboy. He just, what, wears a G string and a cowboy hat up in New York
Oh,
City. Yeah, he's a
the
spectacle. Yeah, spectacle to behold.
Vanilla says it's the power of many fingers.
Yes.
And Blue Rose was pointing out that her nephew didn't even crawl. He just started walking. Yep. I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
Couple of kids I babysat, 9 months old, running around on 2 feet, didn't bother crawling. It's like, what? And every time the kid is a handful. Every time they're that smart, that young, they are
Yep.
handfuls.
Yes.
My brother was the same way. Absolute handful when they're, it's just, I wasn't the worst, but you know, that was more by the time I got to a little bit of an older age. I did have my issues as a kid. You know, I was super smart, met my milestones for the most part on time, but it was like I was able to problem solve things my parents couldn't. And it's usually the simplest solution stuff. Go
Right.
figure.
To
They are
keep it
overthinking
simple
it.
stuff, right? Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always that way.
Well, we'll see what he does. I'll tell you that the dictator of Guatemala is well on his way to power and strength. I'll tell you that.
Yep. And my son will be proud of him.
Yes, he will. He can be his one of his aides, one of his right top hand people.
Yeah, I could see my son joining him.
Uh-huh.
Even though there's a 20-ish, 21-year gap,
It doesn't
I could
matter.
absolutely see it.
He'll need some senior advice by that point.
And
Right?
we do not want to mix my son in with that. Oh my God, could you imagine?
Uh-huh.
Could you imagine if
Oh yeah,
my
I can
son and
imagine.
your grandson teamed up in another 20 years?
Yep. Wouldn't that be something, huh?
That'd be scary.
Yes, it would. Yep. We'll see what happens in life. You never know.
Oh God, life is grand like that, right?
Mm-hmm. So everybody that's in the way of the storm, we hope that you stay safe. Uh,
That's like
yeah.
80% of the country right now.
Yeah, stay
The East
warm as best you
Coast.
can. What else? Hope you have enough food to get you through.
Hope no one loses power. Oh my
That's
God,
going to
that
be,
would
yeah, we
suck.
already got notification from the power companies saying to expect power outages. Uh, Luckily, we have the wood burner, so that, well, at least we could stay warm there, but
We have a fireplace. The landlord won't let us use it.
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I would love to be able to use
Probably,
it.
yeah, probably that chimney needs cleaned and he doesn't want to do it.
Oh yeah, it needs an inspection, and
Okay,
it might need some replacement. So, yep.
gotcha.
My political catchphrase would be, "I can't wait to be unethical." Vanilla.
Ah.
That should be the saying for all
All of
politicians in
them,
the United States right
exactly.
now.
Hi, my name is Dee and I'm running for office and I just can't wait to be unethical. Please
And
vote
wait
for,
till you guys finally find the stuff I actually hid
right, please vote
from my
for me.
past.
Yeah, please vote for me.
Oh God.
I mean, the more, I'm telling you, it's getting to be so disgusting. The more that we're learning about the different states, the different people that are involved, I'm telling you, it's absolutely insidious. What's the word I'm looking for? Inbreeding of the
Vodka.
politicians. There's another word that I'm looking for that. They're just, I mean, they're out of control.
Yeah.
Is there anybody? There was a story that I told, this goes all the way back. I hired this girl when I was working in the police department to be a clerk, right? I
Mm-hmm.
knew her, I knew her family. She went to our church. And her dad was a police officer, and I was the first female civilian to run the police record room. And so they knew that I was hiring for a position and asked me if I would, consider her. So she was about 19 or 20 years old. And I'm like, sure, I'll give her a chance. So it was just a clerical position. So I hired her. And several months later, I find out that her mother sat in and took her typing test and her shorthand test.
Wow.
And so I went to personnel because I wanted her terminated. They did
They wouldn't.
absolutely nothing to her.
Uh-huh. Are we shocked?
And I mean, so it goes, we're talking years back. And we had I mean, my boss went to prison when I was in public works for uh, doing illegal political activities. We had a councilman that went to prison. We had another councilman that owned properties and owned hundreds of thousands of dollars in water bills and sewage bills.
Oh my God.
Do you think they did anything to him? Do you think they took his
No.
properties off of him?
No. They just garnished wages here and there.
They did nothing to him. And yet, today, the power companies, with the push of a button, can turn off your water, your sewer, your light, and your gas if your bill isn't
Mm-hmm.
paid when they say it has to be paid. You can't
Mm-hmm.
call them and say, hey, I'm having a hard time. I'll get it to you on Friday. If it was due Wednesday and they don't have it, they'll give you maybe a week's grace and power's off. And then to turn it back on, then you have to pay a reconnect fee.
Every
When
single
all they
time.
when all they do is have to hit a button. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like the old days where they had to come out and physically turn something
Mm-hmm.
off and on.
Mm-hmm.
How is this possible in this day and age?
I don't know. But the reconnect fees like to keep going up and up.
I mean, they're what, over $50?
In my area, it's $50 for reconnect. Yeah.
It's it's absolutely crazy. We got an increase in our trash pickup. I'm now paying, get this, $800 a year to have my trash picked up.
That sounds about right.
What the hell are they doing with it for eight
Line in
hundred
someone's
dollars?
pockets.
And you have to drag it down to the side of the road. It has to be lined up just so, because
Mm-hmm.
it's automated. The truck comes by, levers come down, picks up the can, shakes everything, including the whole house, to empty the trash can. They throw it
Mm-hmm.
back onto the ground and go on their merry way.
Yep.
We'd be better off getting a dumpster, probably.
It's literally one person going around in a truck these days instead of two or three.
Right. I mean, I can remember back when I was little, there used to be three, sometimes four guys on one truck.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back in the day when they went into your yard, your alleyway. They had those big burlap. I felt bad for them. Those big burlap cloth, drop cloth type things, and they dump the garbage can into that and have to drag all that rubbish to the truck and then throw it onto the truck, and oh, what a mess. And I mean, they didn't wear
Mm-hmm.
gloves back then, or there was nothing like hazmat or anything. Uh, that was I would say, a rough job to do. And then they made it where
Mm-hmm.
you had to put your trash out on the curb. And then when we moved out here into the country area, we used to have to put the trash in the car and drive it down the road and put it at the bottom at the bridge, near the bridge. And then they would come by the main highway and pick it up. I can't tell you how many times something or somebody got into that trash and our
And you had to
garbage
clean it up.
would
Mm-hmm.
be everywhere. I mean, pill
Yep.
bottles, everything. And then that's when we started worrying about identity and who was going through, what, and trying to, watch. And that is something I would tell the audience
But
that
I'll
you
tell
should
you,
be.
raccoons can pull lids off of trash cans no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
how tightly fitting.
Oh, I know. They get into the bird food container. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
the squirrels today were banging off. We have probably, it's a 5-gallon tin can with a lid that has a lock on it, and they were trying their best to get into it. Even though the
Mm-hmm.
bird feeder was filled up, I guess they couldn't get into it and do their usual havoc. But it's some, for again, I was trying to say as a public service announcement, be careful what you throw away in the trash. You never know who's going to go through it.
And
Anything
listening
with
to our channel, it'll probably be the feds. Sorry, I'll behave.
You might be right. They
Probably be
have a
the
little bit of
FBI.
a rough time. So what's going on your end, Crazy Bee? Are you ready for this weather?
Trying to get through, trying to get prepared. Yep.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when you sleep all day either, girl.
I know. I took an unplanned, unexpected. Well, I laid down. I'm like, I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute. My eyes are burning. Next thing I know, it's 4 o'clock my time. So 3 hours. Unexpected nap.
Just a
Yep.
little one, huh?
hmm It's like, I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute. They burn. You know how you close your eyes for a few moments?
Right, right.
Nope. 3 hours later. What the hell?
Oh, that's funny.
Like, okay, I guess I needed another nap.
Okay.
Crazy dogs are barking at each other. Shit. I hear you.
Well,
My neighbor's
yeah,
dogs do that. It kind of gets on my nerves, but I've
yeah,
had
that's one
dogs.
thing we didn't. Oh, I just threw my phone on the floor. That's one thing too. Keep an eye on your pets, especially if you have outdoor animals. Try to keep them as
hmm
sheltered as you can if the weather is going to hit, especially for those places that are going to get sleet and
That's
rain and
my
all that
area.
ice. Is that what you're okay?
They said something between sleet and snow, something like 7 to 13 inches.
Wow,
That's the update as of this morning. I haven't checked it since.
wow, that's craziness, isn't it?
And there ain't no storm coming. I'm like, you better have everything ready by
Uh huh.
3. But I think they said it's like late tonight, early tomorrow morning. He's like, oh, there ain't no storm coming. Then he had to just go walk to the store to get some stuff for dinner. He's like,
Right.
yeah, there's a storm coming. Like,
Oh,
no
what?
shit.
When he didn't believe you?
He didn't believe anybody.
That's lovely.
So he stepped outside and felt how cold it was.
Uh huh.
And now he's out there being defiant, saying there still ain't nothing coming.
Okay.
No, it's supposed to be here tomorrow. All weekend.
Yes. Till what? Monday. And
Sunday night, Monday morning. Yep.
you're not gonna believe that, but in the bag there is no antibiotic. You got to be kidding
They
me.
forgot the antibiotics.
Yes, ma'am. You've got to be kidding me.
Or they didn't forget it, but it's just delayed because they got to reorder.
No, I talked to them personally twice today. Jesus.
Oh.
Pray for me, people. Pray for me. All of us, and
I will
there's
do the best
nothing
I
here.
can to pray.
Jesus. I'm going to
But it seems like
scream.
every time I start praying anything seriously, worse things happen. Only makes me appreciate the times before. That's how God helps you appreciate what you did have because it gets worse. Or you follow the story of Job, and the stronger the believer, the more you have to go through.
I'm tired of the struggle. I
I
just,
hear you.
I want to just scream. Honest to God.
I
They,
still might.
I just want to scream. That means, oh, mm,
You guys are going to have to run out in the middle of the storm, aren't you?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll do with that.
Might have no choice if the state gets shut down.
Jesus. He bangs his head off the bumper, and I still don't have what I need. He's gonna kill me.
You do not let
I'm
him drive right
wait.
now, though.
I know, but they're closed already. I'm not telling him. I'm not telling him till
Don't.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll kill me. I won't have to worry about meds. He'll just kill me right up, right outright. Honest to goodness, people. Why can't anybody do their job? Hmm.
Um, I'm sure there's at least 6 reasons. All
Yeah.
of them bullshit, but
Right.
6 reasons.
All right. Let's see if we could make it through today. Then you ready?
Physically
Get
or
set.
mentally?
I don't know. Let's see what we got. We got a lot to get
All
through,
right.
don't we?
Yeah, unfortunately, we do.
Well, all right. Let's see how we go.
All
Oh,
right.
so this was a good news, I think, at least in my opinion. I don't know about what others think, but this was breaking news as of yesterday. I'm not sure if everybody's aware, but the U.S. completes the World Health Organization withdrawal. We are
Thank
no
you,
longer
God.
part of
No
WHO.
longer their insane restrictions and bullshit and mandates.
Hmm. And if you recall, the general of WHO at one time was going to have more power over presidents,
Uh huh.
premiers, everybody and their mother, basically, that they would dictate to each country what you could and could not do in the event of
A
anything,
pandemic.
not even a pandemic, anything that they deemed to be a medical crisis, emergency, whatever. So if something was going on in the US, but maybe not another country, they could dictate to us and we would have to follow their mandate, to which they would hold global power.
Mm hmm.
And we didn't vote for that. Again, how was this stuff, how was that possible that that was going to be the case when did the American people vote for
Because
that?
we have generations of people who want somebody else to tell them what to do so they don't have to think for themselves, and they have now become the leaders of the world.
Mm.
So they need somebody to tell them how to be the leaders of the world with another layer of leaders of the world.
And so that happens to be people that are socialists,
The
correct?
World Economic
Communists.
Forum and the World Health Organization.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we will talk about the World Economic Forum probably next week,
Oh,
maybe.
that mess. That's
Yeah.
a fun, hot
Yeah.
mess to talk about.
They were
Okay, one more time this pillow falls on my head. I swear to God, I am going to just leave it there.
Yeah, they were at the Davos meeting, and Germany basically came out and said, you know what, we've messed this up royally, listening to uh,
The
being one
idiots.
like European Union, since we, you know, undertaken this peace, we've gone to hell in a handbasket, basically. And if you recall, Germany was with all of their mandates and regulations that they had against energy, people were going and chopping down trees.
That
And
one winter it got
yeah,
really bad, yeah.
yeah, remember that they were trying to do
Because
anything they,
all
yep,
the grid went down,
yep.
and Russia was, well, blocked off. They couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get their oil because they were getting it from Russia.
Right. Plus, they
Or
shut down
natural
their.
gas. I believe it might have
Yeah,
been
they.
natural gas.
Yeah, they did their coal.
By the time they got the coal energy plants back running, it was already almost over.
Right. Right.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
So.
Screw that climate change. We're cold.
Yep.
It's funny how that works out, doesn't it? Get
Mm-hmm.
one bad winter and all of a sudden, fuck climate change. I'm burning something.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Holland with the whole farmers thing where they are not allowed to use fertilizer because
Certain
it,
fertilizers
yes,
only
because it puts
acceptable.
off, yes, methane, right?
Yep, and and the crap they can use, they can't afford.
Mm-hmm.
It's priced out the nose because it's a monopoly on the fertilizer industry.
Right.
And then you're using artificial fertilizers, which are worse for your food and can have long term effects on humans. It's better just to use the cow shit.
Correct.
Seriously. Shovel some cow shit onto your plants, it'll be fine.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right, so let's see what they have to say. This is a rather long article, so we'll kind of skim through it. It'll be in the show notes as usual. Crazy Bee will put it in there. But we withdrew. Now, this was the main reason due to the organization's mishandling of the COVID 19 pandemic that arose out of Wuhan, China, its failure to adopt urgently needed reforms, and its inability to demonstrate independence from the inappropriate political influence of WHO member states. Kennedy and Marco Rubio issued the joint statement. Trump on January 20th of 2025 announced that they planned to leave. It took a year. Uh, it was a year-long process. The U.S. stopped funding WHO. Haha. They withdrew all personnel and began pivoting activities previously conducted with WHO to direct bilateral engagements with other countries and organizations. With the exit from WHO, the U.S. will be coordinating with WHO solely in a limited fashion to effectuate withdrawal. And then it goes on to talk about how WHO basically messed up the pandemic, what they did, the leadership. Oh, and they praised China's response, despite
Except China lied about it coming from there in the first place.
thank you.
Oh,
They,
it was from a wet market. Bullshit.
yes, yes. They suppressed
How
information.
long did we have to choke that lie down?
Mm-hmm. For a
Yeah.
good long while, right? And
Mhm.
YouTube was good at that, weren't they?
Oh,
We
yeah.
suppressed information. They delayed in confirming human to human transmission. And the organization also downplayed asymptomatic transmission risks and failed to properly acknowledge airborne spread. Then, WHO, after the pandemic, they didn't adopt any meaningful reforms to address the political influence, weaknesses, poor coordination, etc. So basically, the whole thing went to hell in a handbasket, and somebody was greasing somebody's hand to keep this. Well, we know who. That guy is still out and about, and he should be behind bars. And
So is
again,
his wife, and so is
mm-hmm,
that other chick, and a few
mm-hmm.
others. Uh
There's
huh.
a lot. There's a lot of them. And again, we've had investigations, but nobody's been held accountable. Uh, and the U.S. is the world's leading force in protecting public health, saving lives, and responding rapidly to infectious disease outbreaks. Going forward, the U.S. government will continue its global health leadership through existing and new engagements directly with other countries. So that's, I think that would go hand in hand with Rubio saying that they were going to give monies for charitable contributions directly to the countries
Mm-hmm.
instead of NGOs.
Yep.
Now, The only thing about this is, does this have to be codified by Congress, or should it be? Or
Um,
does the next president
I
get to
don't.
come in and say we're going to join back?
The next president could come back in like they did with the Paris Climate Accords.
So what? This is like, what is this?
This is
Is
again temporary, depending on who becomes president next.
how do we make things permanent then?
If Trump breaks things enough, maybe no one will want us back.
That's funny.
Just
Okay.
saying.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, you know my stance on what happened during COVID-19,
Oh, I
and
know.
I still held a grudge against Trump on a few things, especially Operation Warp Speed. No
Right,
science should be rushed.
right,
And I've read over reports. YouTube doesn't like me talking in detail about it. So, but y'all have heard it from me before.
right,
I still hold that against him because he could have just taken a minute and said, wait, I want third and fourth opinions not tied to this company, not
right,
tied to this person. Yes, he's the top in the United States, but that doesn't mean he's infallible.
right.
Okay. Always. And again, what I was able to find in less than 2 weeks was not hard to find at the time.
I think
Now
the
you
whole,
good luck
yeah,
finding it at all.
and I don't disagree, and we've had many discussions about this. I can see on the flip hand where uh, the concern for lives was so great that he had no choice but to do what he did. I think the pressure
If the
from the,
concern for lives is so great, you take extra care to cover all bases.
and I don't know if that wasn't done. I don't know for a fact if that was or wasn't done, how far down they
Given
went.
what I saw
Yeah,
and my level of comprehension being much higher than the average when it comes to medicine because of my experience in it and my experience in reading drug studies, given what I saw, there should have been red flags everywhere.
yeah. But
Just saying.
he had all the top level people.
All the top level people
Uh,
were idiots.
I know everybody and their mother, plus the military, plus his advisors, plus the deep state against him in his first term, that I can see why he did it. I don't,
You
after
should
the
have been
fact.
smarter than that.
I know, but it's hard to play shoulda woulda coulda. And now we're in
Oh,
a
you should have seen me screaming at the TV when it was happening.
I know.
Like, oh my god, this makes no logical sense. According to previous
And I mean, and
medical
anybody,
information up
yeah,
to date,
you said
it does
anything on,
not make sense.
right, you said anything on Facebook, Twitter at the time, YouTube,
Oh yeah, I got in
any of them.
trouble.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you got.
Trust me, when I got in trouble for proving you could smoke through those fabric masks, and that if the smoke can go through, the virus particles can go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the best
So I wasn't saying don't mask. I was saying don't use a fabric mask,
right.
and I got in trouble.
Yeah. But so that's the news as of now. So for the next 3 years, we're not going to be with those idiots. Next, I hope we get out of NATO.
Yes, that's another mess.
Mm-hmm.
That's another mess that may not be fixed because, again, none of these countries are aligning with our moral and social goals.
Right.
They've
But
absolutely gone off the deep end to join China.
right. But they've taken our money.
Oh, yeah, they have no problem taking our money in the process of not politically and socially and globally aligning.
Right.
We're no longer a united West. Gotta love it when communism sneaks in.
Mm-hmm. And we'll
Just
have
saying.
more. We'll have more on that in the weeks to come, cause it just keeps on coming. All right, Crazy B.
Understatement.
What do we got up first?
Deep dive into crazy chick who led that church nonsense.
Okay, we'll try to get through these. We won't spend a lot of time because we still have a lot to cover at the end, don't we? I
Um,
think you said we had like 30 tabs to do today.
yeah, give
Okay.
or take.
Okay, we'll try to get through as much as we can. All right, girl, hit it.
Alrighty. Um, share this one. This chick.
Okay. So why don't you want to take her?
Give me 1 second while I grab a bite of chicken before I start reading.
Okay. Will you
So,
eat out? Go ahead.
go ahead. What?
Go
Read
ahead.
or
Yeah, go
eat?
ahead. Whatever. You can eat. Why don't you eat? I'll read this one. You do the next one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is Nekima Levy Armstrong. This is her Wikipedia page. She is an American lawyer and social justice activist. She was president of the Minneapolis chapter of the NAACP for 3 years. She's led a variety of organizations that focus on issues of racial equality and disparity in Minneapolis, St. Paul. She was a professor of law at the University of St. Thomas for about 3 years. And after she was done being chapter president and leaving her academic post, she had, thank goodness, an unsuccessful campaign for mayor of Minneapolis in the 2017 election. She's been a prominent local activist in several protests over the killing of black Americans by police officers. She has been involved in lawsuits to prevent Minneapolis from eliminating single family zoning, arguing that doing so would harm the environment and communities of color. Now, that's interesting because you remember we had that piece on Pittsburgh that was
Mm-hmm.
eliminating single family, going to multifamily. Remember,
Uh
there
huh.
was that lawsuit that
Mm-hmm.
was occurring? So that's interesting. That
Oh, by the way, hi Brent.
Hey Brent, I can't see the chat, so all I see is snow in the chat. Alright, if you would scroll up, Crazy Bee. So she's 49 years old, and this picture does not do the witch justice. Trust me,
No.
she's. Yeah, So scroll up, we don't care about her early life and education. We read
Ah, there we
about.
are.
Yeah, so she was participated in Black Lives Matter movement in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014. She did the big protest at the Mall of America in Minnesota. Her and 10 other protesters were charged by the city of Bloomington with disorderly conduct and trespass. That only carried a penalty and fine of $8,000 and a prison sentence of up to 2 years. Blah, blah, blah. And guess what? It was all later withdrawn by the city.
I wonder why.
So there was nothing done. No
Mm-hmm.
penalty, no fine, no prison sentence, etc.
Why would there be?
In November of 15, a judge dismissed all the charges against her and of all the 10 others.
Oh wow. But if we went and did something like that,
Mm-hmm.
guess what would happen?
Right. Honest to goodness. All right. So we already read about her presidency, blah, 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 blah. Her
Thank God she
unsuccessful,
lost.
thank goodness, because we'd be in trouble. Let's look at her community activism. Of course, she went crazy in 2020 over the murder of George Floyd, an
He wasn't
unarmed.
murdered, he overdosed.
Mm-hmm. She was present when police officers fired tear gas on protesters without warning. At a third
I
police,
doubt that.
yeah, I doubt that too.
They were just
Uh,
screaming so loud they couldn't hear the police say disperse.
exactly. Yes, because we heard uh, the Border Patrol police gave them 3.
Yep, but it's got to be, skewed
Mm-hmm.
one way.
Exactly. So, of course, the American Civil Liberties Union was involved, and she's critical of the police union,
Of course.
yeah, union leader. She's participated in protests calling for his resignation. So she has a organization called Racial Justice Network, and they gathered outside his home on August 15th of 2020, and that drew controversy. In addition to calling for his resignation, the group also criticized his partner and a television reporter for having a conflict in interest about stories about police violence. Some protesters bash, what is that?
Pinata
Oh,
effigies.
that looked like an F to me. Pinata
Oh,
effigies
no.
of Kroll and Colin, which was condemned by local media members. Now,
But
uh,
now, five,
uh,
6 years later, the media's on their side.
I just don't understand. Okay, then it talks about this single family piece that would harm the environment and communities of color, saying residents of color already face significant barriers to home ownership, which would have been exasperated under the plan as a result of reduced access to and availability of single family properties. Of course, the judge ruled in favor, forcing Minneapolis to rescind its plan. Oh, and she celebrated it as a major victory.
Here's the
And
thing, if I was told 3 generations, 4 generations in a row that I would never become anything, or do you think I'm going to fight the system or just roll with it?
mm-hmm,
Well, me personally, I fight anyways, but most people would just roll with
roll
it.
with it, right?
So after since the 60s and before, with yes, some oppression in the South, not as much in the North, but a lot of oppression, supposedly. Again, I didn't hear too many people say, "Man, I want to live in that really fancy White House over
Right,
there on the corner." They lived, even if you did, you worked hard to get it. Doesn't matter what your race is. Doesn't
right,
matter what your background is. My family came over here with the clothes on their back when they came to America.
right,
I seriously, bust your ass, work hard, don't commit crimes, and you'll get your dreams. It's funny how that works.
mm-hmm,
But instead, people are resorting to stealing. I had to steal. I had to steal. You never have to steal. There, and again, this is something that young people don't realize. You don't have to steal. You're not going to get the Nikes, but you will find someone to give you a pair of shoes
right,
or let you make payments on a pair of shoes. You're not going to get the name brand you want, but you will get a pair of shoes that fit.
right,
There is no excuse. Notice how none of these people want to do anything with America as a whole, only people of color. It's the same stuff every time. Very good
yes,
point.
yes. All right, then we go into the January 18th episode. Oh, and here's a manipulated photo. After her arrest, the official White House Twitter account posted a digitally manipulated photo of her with darker skin and her face appearing to be crying. When asked to account for the image, the White House communications director posted on X, enforcement of the law will continue. The memes will continue.
No one took down the pictures of them digitally altering Trump to be more orange
True.
or digitally editing and altering videos to make Biden look more intelligible. Just gonna point that out as well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's true though.
She is married. She is gay, just so you know. She's a lesbian and has 5 children, 2 of which were adopted. And she's also a pastor.
Okay. Um, every other month she's a pastor. Dee'll be back. I love the wiki. I love that wiki included that. Yeah, they want to complain about altered photos, but look what the left has done to alter photos and evidence and other various things. Yeah, I have to laugh at that too.
Okay.
And you're back.
Yep.
Um, she's a pastor, a preacher every other month. Um, she has 3 kids from somebody that aren't adopted, so she
Mm-hmm.
had to have been straight at some point,
Either that or her wife had
or her
them.
wife was one of the
Right.
yeah
One of the,
one of the
yeah.
two.
Right, right.
Can't be married if you don't have a husband, and a woman can't be a pastor. I
There you
know.
go, Vanilla. Absolutely. All right. So
Again,
that's her quick and dirty version.
yep. And we got some. Oh, that X post is in the wrong place. That was supposed to go with the Benny Johnson video,
Okay.
which we ended up not covering. This is
Correct.
the Don Lemon one. I'll move that down a little further, and
Okay.
we'll get to that. Oh, um this is that little podcast thing that's 12 minutes long of that old hag interviewing the lawyer chick,
Okay, go ahead.
the lawyer preacher chick thing. Yeah. I shouldn't have said thing. She's a person, but still. Yeah. Anyways, this interview pissed me off. I just going to be very honest. You do not get a more self-hating hag than this person who just literally, I mean, if you're going to sit there and tolerate some of the stuff that's said and that you just agree with it and oh my god type of stuff, yeah, no, sorry. Pushback, anything would have been nice.
Go ahead.
We begin today's show in Minneapolis as the city endures its 3rd week of occupation by a force of over 3,000 federal immigration agents accused of violating human and civil rights and of fatally shooting resident Renee Good. Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino defended the agents' actions Tuesday as, quote, legal, ethical, and moral, unquote.
Yeah.
As protests continue, calling for ICE out for good, a play on Renee Good's name, Vice President J.D. Vance will travel to Minneapolis Thursday. This comes as the Justice Department served grand jury subpoenas on several top Democratic officials, including Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, and Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, accusing them of obstructing federal law enforcement activities in the state. Attorney General Ellison said in a statement Tuesday, quote, everything about this is highly irregular, especially the fact that this comes shortly after my office sued the Trump administration to challenge their illegal actions within Minnesota, he said.
It's not because you sued them. It's because you won't comply.
Correct.
Oh, my God. Is it really that hard to figure out?
That this comes shortly after my...
I don't know.
Also on Tuesday, Attorney General Pam Bondi said the Justice Department is investigating demonstrators who disrupted Sunday services at a church in St. Paul to protest one of the church's pastors, David Easterwood, who was reportedly a top ICE official in the Twin Cities.
Notice she said reportedly because
Correct.
they still don't have proof.
Right. And what I like is that, so he's a pastor of ICE, but yet she's a pastor of protest,
And BLM. Yeah.
right? How's that coincide?
I just find it funny still that the civil rights activist violated a civil rights law.
Right.
Like, none of it makes sense, but it is funny. The irony of this is absolutely funny. And again, like, just if people would stop and think things through and do some research before they do it, they might realize it's a bad idea. I mean, I've always researched my projects like lithium and water when I was a teen. I always researched what is the dangers and how to treat a burn when we played that flashlight tag, but with Roman candles. We researched this shit before we did it.
Right.
Because,
Or not.
common sense.
Or not.
Oh, Lord, I'm telling you, people are. What is wrong with society? Well, never mind. I know what's wrong with society, but still, it's really gotten bad. So I'm going to quit my rant about idiots because they are abundant and far spread. And we'll just kind of go from there.
Go ahead.
You're interfering. Renee good. Renee good. Renee good. Renee good. Renee.
Among those joining the protest were Black Lives Matter Minnesota co-founder Monique Cullors and longtime civil rights leader and ordained Reverend Nekima Levy Armstrong.
David Easterwood is a pastor here. He is also the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. So someone who claims to worship God, teaching people in this church about God, is out there overseeing ICE agents.
Now, federal officials claim the church protest is a potential violation of the FACE Act.
What do they mean potential? It is clearly marked out.
If anything, this shot of the video, I think, is the most eye-opening that we've seen to date. Everything else seems to be taken from the side or the back. This is like the full frontal of how they came in and went right down from the sanctuary right into the church pews or chairs in this case. And I'll tell you what, if that wasn't intimidation, terror, what the heck were we, faced as a congregation, as a person, as the children that were in the church? Who knows what the hell was going on?
Yeah. You just have a group of people swarming to your church, and obviously they aren't sitting down and listening to the sermon.
Right. And if you recall, in the parking lot, Don Lemon talking about they brought white people so that they would blend in better in the protest. They wanted them to look like MAGA people so that they didn't stand out when they popped into the church, right? So it wasn't like a group of African Americans or Hispanics or, a mixed combination of people came in, that it would be an obvious catch to the white congregation. They had people that looked similar in nature. So we heard from that one woman, I believe her name was Rebecca, who claims, interestingly enough, she was at the church for her very first time. And I find that kind of suspicious in of itself. But she just happened to be at that church, and she didn't want her last name used. She was there for her very first time and was able to give a whole account of what happened.
And I question that.
Yeah, so
I think it's just a way to not get in trouble when it turns out she was part of the group.
I agree. I think she was part of it and wanted to get some either recognition or put the group out there. And
Or
she should be,
distance herself from the group so she doesn't get thrown under the bus with them.
maybe, but she should be if she was indeed part of it.
Oh yeah, I think they should really dig in because, again, yeah, I mean, it could just be a coincidence, or she could have been there to let them know by text message sermon started.
Mm-hmm.
Very much could have done that. It's called a mole. We
Right.
see it all the time in other places.
Right.
So it's just, yeah. And again,
But I
it's
mean,
not
they,
unusual to have new people in especially an inner city church like this. It's not
right.
unusual to have new people every single time.
Just
But
at the same time that there's a protest, I call
yeah,
BS on it.
I would question. That's kind of a red flag, and I would want to look into it more if it
Mm-hmm.
was me.
And so we have all of these shots from all of these angles. If they could get the January Sixers, get all of these people as well.
Mm-hmm. I know they can. It's will they?
And
Found my
I keep
nebulizer that I was
right.
looking for.
And I
Holy
keep
shit!
saying this is the left's January 6th.
It is. It is very much an equivalent.
And in some respects, I want to say worse because people were literally terrorized.
The politicians were scared, but the fact that Nancy Pelosi knew in advance, which meant that
Uh-huh.
probably a good chunk of the Democratic Party knew in advance this was going to happen.
Right.
You know, and again, that they'll say that's just speculation, except when you use her own words against her.
Well, that and
So
there's the whole footage of her daughter.
yeah,
That's all. That's nobody. That's never been. I think it has been. I think Tucker Carlson perhaps did it. Maybe
yeah.
Megyn Kelly tied that all together with her daughter filming and her mother. It was all said, but for
Mm-hmm.
some reason it's kept separate.
Yep. People don't want to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how Don Lemon happened to show up for this.
Right. Right.
After, well, he leaves out that he was tagged in Facebook about it in
Mm-hmm.
advance. But, there's that.
All right. Go
It's
ahead.
like,
I
oh my
know.
God.
That's the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act, which is usually used to protect entrances to abortion clinics. Homeland Security.
But she just left out that there is more to
clause.
that. The second and third clauses pertaining to religious establishments.
Correct.
So funny how they like to leave that out.
Security Secretary Kristi Noem told Newsmax arrests may be coming soon.
And that pastor really did a remarkable thing there, trying to protect his parishioners.
And even the parishioners, I imagine, have feel intimidated. And
they did. And there's going to be arrests in the next several hours, Greta. There will be arrests tied to that.
David Easterwood's church issued a statement that, quote, invading a church service to disrupt the worship of Jesus or any other act of worship is protected by neither the Christian scriptures nor the laws of this nation, unquote. Meanwhile, activists again gathered Tuesday to call for the pastor's resignation due to his possible connection to ICE.
Well, you know what? She needs to step down as a pastor, too, because she's tied to an organization that causes problems. Double standards are not acceptable in my book.
Sorry about that, Crazy B. I got a Discord call. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. There's saying how all these activists are claiming this pastor needs to step down. Well, if he needs to step down, Chick, who's leading this activist organization, needs to step down as her position as a reverend as well.
Correct. I mean, the fact that she can go in around and scream, do these protests, how does she get to be part of BLM? One of the most vicious organizations out there.
And scam worthy.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
are very scam worthy. Well, not scam worthy, scammers. They're scammers. They literally,
Yeah,
oh, we're going to collect all this money for these people. And then they just went and bought mansions and paid
correct,
family a fuck ton of money.
correct,
Let's not forget about that. Oh, and let's not forget that she got in trouble for her taxes too,
correct.
supposedly.
Yep. Haven't heard anything about them taking the houses off of her, though, did we?
No, I think she got to keep the houses.
Or go to jail.
Yeah, after not putting the funds to
To who?
actual community sources like she claimed she was going to do. But oh, she was able to pay for that gold casket for George Floyd.
Correct.
Sorry. Just the double standards are bullshit.
Again,
I'm sorry.
I just
can't.
don't understand where the lack of accountability is.
Democrats working with other Democrats at all levels of everywhere to help screw over the nation. This is what happens when you allow people who were able to get away with probably I would put money on it that all of these people, these organizations and stuff, as minors, they had petty crimes that they got away with, no one busted them for, and it just kept growing and growing and growing.
Right.
Because the only way you can get away with becoming a multi-million-dollar scammer like BLM did is if you've had a good start.
Right.
And again, this goes to show high levels of intelligence put to use in bad ways.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, all of the billions, probably, I'd say trillions of dollars that have been stolen from the American people by other countries as well as our own people.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine where we could
How much better our
possibly
country would be if it was actually spent properly
Yeah, could you
and not
imagine?
funding all these welfare programs? It's just wild. It really is.
Mandami just signed a thing for illegals to get free health care. I mean,
Oh,
just
that worked out so well for California. New York must be doing just as well.
right.
I mean, shit. There was something I saw. Something like 27 states are literally out of money. They have no money to give. They are literally depending solely on federal subsidies to get through. 27 states. And go figure that Alaska is not one of them. Alaska could absolutely fund its own emergency, like if there was a flood or some kind of crisis, they would be able to support themselves. And Alaska is so sparsely populated. How is that possible? Oh, it's a red state. And they're not scamming the people, stealing the money, etc., etc. How is it 27 states are bankrupt?
Because at some point, you got to pay the piper. The fat lady singing.
What's going to happen? Each state is responsible for its own income, basically.
Well, that's going to be a raise in taxes.
What happens if they can't get money from people because they're so far in the hole and they go debunked? Like if it was a business, they'd have to sign over,
Right.
wouldn't they?
You would think.
What
Who's
happens
going
if
to
a
take
state
it?
does that?
Yeah, who's going to take it? I'm telling you.
It's kind of alarming, even with the infusion of the COVID money that was horribly mishandled in many of those states.
Oh, you're not kidding.
They're bankrupt. Just years after that money finally got worn out, they have nothing.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
can't keep up with the paying the teachers
Right.
the wages they gave them under COVID.
That's all that's another scam, the teachers union.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he wanted to get rid of the Department of Education.
Yep. Which still hasn't happened.
Nope.
I would like to see that go and let the states deal with it. And yes, there might be some federal programming like the lunches and stuff, but that does not mean the federal government has to run it.
Right.
Let the states run their own public school system. I mean, they're supposed to be doing that anyways.
Anyway, right.
They don't. They do such such a piss poor job of taking care of things. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, there's a story I have. I mean, there's so much I don't even know where to go anymore. There's a new story out about the HB1 visas and India, which was the next country we were going to hit after China until this mess started. But
For
the
more, we're
scam
joined by
the scam is that for decades now we've been told that Americans are too stupid to be doctors or particularly in the computer fields.
No, we're not.
Do you know that they have found that the majority of HB1 visas given to Indians from India have been fraudulently obtained?
Yep.
And that they have paid off judges up to $50,000
To get the yep.
to get into the country. They have had people stand in for them for interviews, for tests, etc.
I'm not shocked.
When that lid gets blown off, if the DOJ or whoever the hell's supposed to investigate this, if they would just stop this, Americans, all they've done is come in. This Indian story
Oh,
is gonna make you sick. I thought Somalian was bad. This is like the cherry on top. I want to know,
every
when does it
country
end?
is so
When does
desperate
it
to get
end?
into America, but America's so bad, according to our own Americans.
Correct. Why?
Brainwashing. It's
I
all
can't.
brainwashed.
Yeah, I can't stand it. I really can't. I don't know where to go, how to fix it. Every single thing that we've looked at, Crazy B, there hasn't been one thing that isn't wrong. Not one.
I know. And that's kind of to be expected. I'm not surprised. Am I pissed? Yes. Not surprised. It's almost to be expected. It's been an ongoing thing for a long time to get scams to get into the US. Just for our own people to sit there and talk shit about us.
Right.
It's like, if America is truly that racist, why are so many people desperate to come here?
Yep.
They know we're not racist. They just need a place to go, and they'll say or do whatever they got to do to get here because it's better than the countries they are coming from.
Right.
I mean, if anyone has ever seen footage of India, and I mean real India, not the major cities, India.
It's
no wonder.
Yes. There's nothing to compare to. In fact, why don't you tell the story you were telling me about the professor, the video that was done for all the newcomers and the...
Oh, it wasn't a video. It was a forum on the university website on how to properly use a toilet in America. Now, I get it. Going to other countries, bathrooms are different. But if you came to America legally, you would know this shit. Literally. Puns totally intended. You would know how to use a bathroom because it's part of the process of how to, you have someone who's going to help guide you through it and talk you through what to expect, what to do, how to do it. Because, like, yeah, I it's like mind blowing that you have, and again, like, if I'm going to another country, yeah, I'm going to, want to learn these kind of things before I actually go. It's a research thing.
Right.
Do people not think on that level? Like, hey, I'm going to run away to this country. Maybe I should understand how their toilets and systems work. Because my son had complained, well, hadn't complained, but another coworker had been telling him, people were pooping in urinals, missing the toilets completely, making messes of the bathrooms. And I knew that in Asia, there are the squat toilets where it's
Right.
basically just a hole in the ground. And I looked up some pictures with another a friend suggested to look up, not another friend suggested to look up some pictures to show him and explain why this is happening. And yeah, needless to say, a lot of the toilets from around the world, especially in the poorer regions, could be mistaken for a urinal in America. And I can see why people might do that. Now, it's again, like, for the love of God, like, if you're going to escape one country and go to another, at least ask somebody before just continuing your toiletry habits from elsewhere.
Again,
But that's me
assimilation.
because America can't do jack shit unless, oh yeah, the engineers and scientists that don't know how to use a toilet. That's what we need. Yep. I'm sorry, I read these in the backwards order. It's engineers and scientists that don't know how to use a toilet because that's what we want. That's what we need because America can't do jack shit. Oh,
Oh gosh, that's funny as
yeah, we're
that's
we're we're
funny as
in,
shit.
and this is at Minnesota. It's a university in Minnesota. It's a forum. If you guys want, I will link it in the Discord for you guys to
Uh,
read. And they talk about, toiletry habits and the history of bathroom usage from around the world. And I
uh,
know, like in Islam, they won't wipe with their left hand and they won't shake hands with their right hand. So the left hand has to be clean for religious purposes. But, like, that doesn't impact how it gets into the toilet.
gee, I still can't get over Vanilla. He's right. We got doctors and scientists and stuff. They're gonna operate and work computer whizzes, but can't use the bathroom. Oh, help us. We're in trouble.
Seriously.
We're in trouble.
But again, if you were randomly picked up and dropped into, let's say, rural China, would you
Right.
know how to use their system?
No.
You would ask for help.
Exactly. I would say, where do I go? What do I do?
These people, how many generations of people are using toilets wrong?
Jeez, help us.
I'm not, like, and I've totally derailed this, but the point still is, like, what the fudge? Ask, and the best way to relate it, and this is what my other friend said too. That came to mind. The movie Demolition Man, the three seashells.
I don't
Have
remember
you
it.
seen the movie?
I'm
Sylvester
not.
Stallone and
It's on.
what's the dude who
Yes.
played Blade?
Yeah. Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so he goes to use the bathroom and there's seashells instead of toilet paper. He's trying to figure out what he's supposed to do, and they all chuckle at him. But he's
Uh-huh.
like, what are they for? He's seriously, dude was on ice for what, a century, a couple hundred years, something
Right.
like that. I mean, like, of course things change and they're different, and you're gonna ask. And so, like, and again, yes, they have the squatting toilets, but you can't squat on the toilets here because they are porcelain. They will crack and it will warp the seal, the O-ring in the bottom, and pipes will break and stuff like that. So that's not exactly safe to do. And I found out,
Good.
well, digging into this research last night, that there are some places you actually have to pay to use the public restroom.
Yes.
I did not know that. I've never left the country other than to Canada. I learned something new last night. And yes, I went on a deep dive and found some very bizarre things. But I've only gone to Canada. Canada's toilet systems are very much like ours. So to hear that in a lot of areas you have to pay to use the toilet, even though it's a public restroom, kind of caught me off guard. And
Oh,
because I've
I
never
mean,
been to Europe, I've never been to Mexico, I've never been
weren't
anywhere other than
haven't
Canada.
haven't you been in American malls where you back in my day as a teenager you had to put a dime in to use the restroom. That's how they kept
No,
them clean. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never. No, I didn't live in an inner city growing up. I lived in the middle of frickin' nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we would
So
go to the
no.
mall, and if you needed to use the public restroom, you better have a dime on you.
Now, see, I can understand because you gotta pay the people to clean it and the
Right?
stuff, and then there's some countries bring your own toilet paper because there ain't gonna be any.
Right.
Didn't know that, but I don't travel, so I never had a reason to look it up. And since my ass don't get on planes, I'm never going to leave the continental Americas that connect to each other. So yeah, there's that as well. But just I've learned some really interesting things about using toilets in other places that I like. Again, I'd heard of Japan where they basically have an open sewer drain with running water through it. Like it has like a natural flowing water,
Right.
and you just go in that and it just takes it straight out. In a lot of places, you can't put toilet paper in the toilet. It has to go in a waste bin.
Right.
And I knew about that because of the plumbing is so messed up and stuff. You can't take that risk. But that's just infrastructure. That can be in a lot of places, even here in America. I've seen them. Please don't even put toilet paper in the toilet. If there's a problem with the plumbing, just put it in a bin. And they have, they have the little trash cans next
Right.
to the toilet, or in the women's restrooms, they have the sanitary um, product
Right.
disposals that you could put it in. But, it's like again, they're coming here, these geniuses from
Yes,
all over
ma'am.
the world who are so smarter than us,
Right.
as Vanilla pointed out. Yes, I'm yes, because I'm not a retarded engineer. it's it's not that he says it's not too difficult to wrap your head around for us. I mean, I trust me. I have seen some places and some toilets in backwoods America that is literally just a hole in the ground. And you're like, what do I wipe with? And they're like, there's plants all around. What? When I was about 10 or 11, we did this church camping thing. It was for the girls. It was like a girls' weekend thing. And we were at this campground, and the entire campground was a girls' weekend thing. So there were no boys whatsoever on the campgrounds. And all the toilets were backed up. We found our way into the boys' bathrooms. They didn't have stalls. They didn't have any toilets for some reason in this one bathroom. So we just figured out a way to get on the urinals and did what we had to do.
There you go.
You can make things work if you have to. But, I mean, it's like, you got to think outside the box. And no, you cannot put both feet on the toilet seat. The toilet seats will slide around, and you could crack the porcelain of the bowl
I
and the
wonder.
tank and everything else.
I wonder how many of them have fallen in.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
All right.
Maybe I do. Actually, no, no, maybe I do. Because there's some cultures that even men aren't allowed to stand to do any of their business. It's considered unclean. They have to sit to do all their business. So there's that as well. It's really bizarre. So
Mhm.
I learned some new things. But please, for the love of God, if you're coming here as a engineer or a whatever on an H-1B, learn how to use the toilets. Because
Yes,
my son
please.
really isn't thrilled with having to clean up what he has to clean up sometimes, and his coworkers aren't thrilled with it either.
Yep, as a lifeguard, similar situation. People were pretty disgusting. But all
Now, some
right.
people will do it just to be an asshole.
Uh-huh.
Just gonna say. But
True.
others, seriously, just do not know.
Right. All
And
right.
I just took way too long going through that
That's
lecture.
okay.
Let's get back to this, what we're supposed to be talking about.
Hey,
I am so sorry.
isn't it frickin' Friday? Or no, we changed it to what the well, we haven't gotten that
Well,
far,
no,
so
it's still the crisis report, the
right.
crisis in Minnesota. And out of the 30 tabs, we've gotten through 3.
There you go.
Let me finish this. Because we've only got about a half hour left. We could go a little longer if we have to, because it is Friday.
That's true.
So, all right, let me shut up. But that was a great, fun conversation.
Yes.
Joined by Nekima Levy Armstrong, Minneapolis-based civil rights attorney, founder of the Racial Justice Network. Yes, she's also an ordained reverend and a preacher. We welcome you back to Democracy Now! You're joining us today from an undisclosed location. If you can explain what happened on Sunday, a protest that you were a part of.
Yes. So, Amy, 4 Black women activists and organizers planned Sunday's protest, and I was one of the 4. And we are unapologetic about going into the church. We participated in the first part of the service, and
Liar. Liar. Okay. Just reminding people that when she was interviewed by Don Lemon beforehand, it
Right.
was unexpected. It is a surprise clandestine
Yes, it was.
operation, according to her.
That is correct.
We all heard it.
I heard it.
Yep. It's out there because that jackass was stupid enough to put that video on the internet. And you know how many people instantly download and archive that shit because it was him? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Just remember, they were not invited, and they showed them walking in, not getting up from seats and taking position, but walking through the door and instantly going into position.
Yep.
the pastor prayed during the service, "Dear God, please chasten us and help us to get our house in order." So when he
I want proof of that.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of that.
I want proof he said that because I don't think there's proof of it. Because I don't think that was his prayer. He was in the middle of a sermon when they walked in. So, yeah. And the only way she might have even known that is because of the lady sitting in there, like you pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
If that did happen, it was only because somebody told them it happened because she bombarded midway through.
Right.
To disrupt and intimidate and make them uncomfortable.
Correct.
We're going to just throw that in.
When he was done praying, I stood up and I said, "Excuse me, Pastor, you just prayed this particular prayer." And he said, "Correct." And I said, "Well, help me understand, how is David Easterwood a pastor here and also a director of ICE in
But Don Lemon did not record any of that.
Right.
Everything else, not that. Right. And he did it live. So it's not like he could live edit.
Right.
It was live streamed. It couldn't have been edited.
Right.
Just gonna point that out too.
in St. Paul. As soon as I mentioned David Easterwood's name, the pastor yells out, "Shame, shame," over the microphone. It was clear that he didn't want to engage me in discussion about this in front of the congregation, because he didn't want people in the congregation to know about this conflict of interest that David Easterwood has.
Hold on. In a church like that, everybody knows what the pastor does for a living if he has an outside job.
Yep.
I'm sorry. In a church even that size, everybody knows she is full of shit. There's no way he would be able to hide it.
Right.
They all talk to each other. Oh my God. How stupid are people if they believe that shit?
And
only people who've probably never stepped in a church.
Right.
I guarantee that entire congregation knows, dude, if that dude is with ICE, that whole congregation knows it.
Yep.
Whole congregation, kids to elderly. Unless they have dementia, in which case they forgot about it before the next service. But think about it. It makes no logical sense what she is saying. None of it adds up.
I mean, how can you serve as a pastor of the gospel of Jesus Christ while overseeing the brutal conduct of ICE agents who are literally terrorizing communities in the Twin Cities?
How can this be possible? It's very possible, because God ordained for man to protect their borders and their communities and etc., throughout the Bible. Being a reverend, she should know this.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to sit in on one of her sermons?
I guarantee it's not even a sermon. It's just an activist speech.
Right.
I would guarantee it has, she might find some cherry-picked verses from the Bible to support what she's saying, but it's just going to be political activism all around.
Right.
That's not a church sermon. That is political activism. Hijacking a church so they can get away with it.
Yep.
It's not anything to do with Christianity. Okay. I for what her being able to become an ordained reverend, how hard is it? Because I mean, I know more than she does, evidently.
I think
Would it
it's
be easy
relatively easy.
It's got to be pretty easy. I bet I could do it online
I think
and become an ordained reverend too, for free.
I think you might be right. Maybe we should look into that.
I think I should.
Yeah.
That Bible was never opened that Sunday. Yeah, when it comes to her, I guarantee. And just because you talk like a Southern Baptist preacher doesn't make you a reverend. It's just a speech pattern that some people like to use.
Right.
So, okay. Just adding that in.
The Twin Cities of Minnesota.
So, can you respond now to Pam Bondi saying that the protesters, presumably including you, will be arrested? She said this yesterday, but she said it would be within hours. And talk about more about your decision to go into the church.
I can't speak to Pam Bondi and the federal government's decision to, investigate those of us who were involved in the protest. There were probably around 24 or so people. I can't speak to their decision making, because these are the same individuals who have firmly decided that they will not investigate ICE agent Jonathan Ross for the killing of Renee Good.
Wait,
I mean, if
wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait. The girl we listened to a few days ago said they don't know who killed her. They need to investigate to who killed her.
Right.
Can these people get their propaganda BS straight?
No, that's the problem.
Like, oh my God. It's just, it drives me nuts. Like, and a civil rights attorney should know that
She should know
doesn't
better.
matter the congregation's percentage makeup of ethnicity, it's still a civil rights crime to just do this. Like, seriously?
Well,
How
I
is
think
she an attorney and not know this shit?
well, I think her problem is she does know it and she doesn't care. I mean, look at
That
all
could
her
be.
look at all her activism, right? I mean, it's
She's
all
become
been
so active, yeah, so
correct.
propagandized and
She's
brainwashed,
She's
basically.
so negative that I think she's beyond any kind of help. I mean, what did Hillary Clinton say? What word did she use? You needed a reset or a reprogramming. Reprogram.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to go to a reprogramming center.
Except I don't agree with those because that
I
is
know.
a violation of civil rights.
Right. I agree, but hey.
I mean, like, how did they think this was going to turn out?
I don't because if you look at all of her previous conduct, she's never been held accountable for anything. She's gotten
True.
away with everything. She never paid the $8,000, the $40,000. She didn't serve any jail time. And then they withdrew all of the charges, and then the judge dismissed all of the charges. So there's nothing on her record. She's clean.
So this is like my reference earlier about the petty criminals becoming this,
Yes.
like with the BLM. Similar thing. She's just gotten away with it so much, and again, went to be a lawyer to know the law. It's like, oh my God, the hypocrisy. Just
Mm-hmm.
because people are white doesn't mean they don't have civil rights as well.
Right.
Do they forget that the civil rights was to make every race equal,
Well, I think
not
that's
put one above the others?
right.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna shut up with this. I know I rant way too much, but it's getting out of hand. It's just gotten this. Like I said, this video pissed me off.
I could tell.
I know. Sorry.
You're okay.
that's not hypocrisy, I'm not sure what is. How do you investigate and threaten to arrest nonviolent, peaceful protesters who are literally coming into a church to raise questions?
That was not peaceful in any way. And you guys legit said to make them uncomfortable.
Yes, ma'am.
About this conflict of interest for this pastor. I mean, where is the separation of church and state? And if there's
You're one to talk. Where's the separation of church and state? Yeah, look at what she does. She's using the Bible against other Christians and activism. She is a civil rights lawyer. Oh my God.
Could you imagine her?
There is a separation of church and state because the church doesn't tell the state how to run things and the state doesn't tell the church how to run things. For being a lawyer, she is really twisting these things in a way that is absolutely going to get dumbasses to fall for it.
Right, and the whatever she is, newscaster, podcaster, whatever, isn't giving her any pushback.
No, because it's a here, tell us your story.
Mm-hmm.
Not if it were me, she'd leave already.
Yep.
She would have walked off, would have hung up, disconnected, whatever, and left if it was me. Just they can't handle logical pushback. They can't. That is why they go to these biased, self-loathing podcasts that absolutely will just agree with them the entire
With
time.
everything that they say, correct. They won't ask
This
questions.
deserves pushback.
Yes.
Everything she has said
Deserves
pushback.
Yes, ma'am.
Especially the separation of church and state. That has nothing to do with what the hell an ICE agent being a pastor. He does not bring his ICE work to the church. He does not take the church to his ICE work except probably praying that God protects him.
Right.
Those are two separate things. And many people can separate them. I can. I know for a fact I can. Working medicine, I had to tolerate other religions, other cultures. I had to separate myself out of mine. I was not offended by any home I walked into, any person I was around, except that one patient that put porn up, and I almost had to. The doctors quit sending me there for very good reason. Dude was nuts. But still, it's bullcrap what I'm seeing right here. This is bullcrap, and I'm just going to shut up and push play because I could literally go on about this for the rest of the week and into next week.
And if there's
go ahead.
I was going to say if you pause again, I'll have to take the stop button off of you.
Yeah, there's only 5 minutes left. I'm just she doesn't stop lying, and it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
I know.
The blatant lies, the manipulation of religion, the manipulation of law, the manipulation of everything she does, the way she words it, it is all on purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
Every bit of this. And it just drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to do my best not to pause it again.
Okay.
But she really gets on my nerves. She really does. And all I did was go to college to be a medical assistant, but I love reading books and I love learning. So the stuff I know has been from burying myself in the library when I was in between classes. And I would look in all the different books in the college library. And I did this in high school too, when I went to the libraries and stuff to look up the various things. Because you can get law books at your library.
Right.
In case you didn't know. But I was that nerd that would do that. I always was in a book. This woman gets on my nerves. Okay.
And if they're so concerned about what happens inside of churches, then why did Donald Trump roll back protections for churches when it comes to ICE? As a matter of fact, ICE agents can go into churches with the warrant and they can take people out and detain them. There have been cases of...
So can the local police if there is a warrant for a criminal sitting in the congregation. Sorry. I know I said I was going to do this. Someone ground me. But local police can go into a church to arrest a problem person. Churches are, yes, a sanctuary to a degree, but in the middle of a service, when it's open to the public, it is different. And they can walk in. You cannot go in to terrorize. You can go in to arrest. Just, I'm going to shut up now. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Okay.
Cases of ICE agents waiting in parking lots to apprehend people as they are going in or coming out of church services.
Wait, she said they busted into churches. Now she's saying they're waiting in parking lots. Which is it?
I don't know.
I know.
She keeps her options open.
Okay. She keeps her eyes open so she knows which one to follow when it's needed.
That or yeah, her options. You know, she keeps them open.
So clearly, the Trump administration could care less about the sanctity of a church. I, however, as an ordained reverend, do care. I believe that if someone professes to represent the gospel of Jesus Christ and to preach it, that they should not be allowing ICE agents to drag people out of their homes, cut women out of seatbelts in their cars and drag them out, bust down doors, bust out car windows, bring people out half naked in the freezing cold to detain them, taking trophy pictures with black men and others that they've apprehended in their homes, scaring children, tear gassing children and families, almost killing a 6-month-old.
Yeah, Obama did similar.
That was debunked.
Oh my God.
And see, and all of this is acceptable. And this is out on the internet. Somebody's going to watch this and believe that this is true. And they're not
because they're not going to do their own research.
That's correct. They're not going to go look.
Why?
That's the part that is alarming. That people believe that this is true.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's alarming beyond belief that some people will just take her at her word.
Yes.
I don't take nobody at their word. I rarely, if they tell me something about a president or a person or somebody else, I need to go find out for sure.
Right.
Now, if you're telling me like about your own, my personal opinion, my thoughts and feelings, well, I'm not going to question your opinions and your feelings because, well, they're yours.
Right.
I feel this way about this. I believe you feel that way about that. You tell me somebody else feels this way about something, I'm going to find out for sure.
Right, with that person, correct.
Quit trusting idiots on a camera because they say things that make your heart hurt or your brain hurt and you can't follow the words they're saying. Oh, Dee got booted out of the studio and Dee is back. Nope, Dee is out again. Dee will be back. Oh, Lordy. I think they're going after the wrong person. It should be me that's getting booted out of here. Oh, my Lord. I'm going to be patient while Dee comes back because this just... Yep. Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
We're back. All right.
Let me hit play.
Hit play.
I know I paused this one way too much.
Wow.
Through the use of high-powered military-grade weapons such as flashbang grenades and very strong tear gas. I mean, these are real things that we're dealing with here in the state of Minnesota. It's delusional to pretend that these things aren't happening. It's delusional to pretend that there is a significant problem with David Easterwood serving as a pastor and as the overseer of ICE and defending their conduct, minimizing their conduct. So why are people who are raising their voices on behalf of the vulnerable, on behalf of the poor, in the name of Jesus Christ, the ones being persecuted? It is absolutely an abomination what is happening right now. And I'm continuing to stand 10 toes down for my community.
Wait a second.
And speaking the truth. And then
she just quoted something from Hassan Piker, the 10 toes down. That is his catchphrase. This dude is a complete shill for all these Muslim countries that hate the Western countries.
Yep.
He's an absolute communist little shit. You could tell who watches him.
Yep.
Right there. This high and mighty, I'm better than you because I'm an activist and I have nothing better to do with my life.
Right.
Behavior is insane. She can just shove her opinion up her rear end and go somewhere else. Go cry in a corner. No one wants to hear you. Like, oh my God. Well, obviously people want to hear her because
It's
she
a
wouldn't be
big.
in the position she's in if she...
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, let's get through these last couple minutes. I swear,
Go see
I can't
Daddy.
stand
Go.
this BS.
And in demanding justice and accountability. An ICE agent should not be able to kill someone with impunity, but that is
What? But, oh, you know what? Never mind.
exactly what we see happening with the murder of Renee Good. So we will continue to center these issues.
Okay, so I can take my car at anybody and they can't defend themselves against
Exactly.
me.
That's the
Are
whole
you
thing.
are you stupid? No, you're not. You're doing this on purpose because you want black people and colored people to be able to run over other people and not get consequences.
Right.
But white people can't defend themselves against it.
Crazy
Like,
bee, mute me. Crazy bee, mute me for a second while I holler, and then bring me back in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Give it 1 second. It's the levels of racism towards white people that she has, and any power or authority. You're unmuted now. D, can you hear me? Hello? D, it says you're muted on your end. Oh, hold on. Got it. I got it fixed, I think.
Okay.
No. There you are.
There we go. Thank you.
But this... only specific people should be allowed to get away with hitting a police officer or a federal agent with a car. They should be allowed to get away with it. And that guy should have just been ran over and killed, and that woman should not be held accountable.
Correct.
Bullshit.
Because nothing probably would have happened to her either.
There's got to be accountability for misbehaving. Someone's parents didn't whoop their ass enough. And I'm not one to promote spankings, but obviously someone needed a good spanking.
Yep.
Issues. We will not be gaslit by the federal government continuing to weaponize their investigative powers against those with whom they disagree. Even our governor, our mayor, the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, there are so many people that they've decided to investigate other than the wrongdoers. And I think that that's unconscionable. It's disgusting.
Define wrongdoer, because that is literally perspective. That's subjective. Like, it's based on what each individual person feels, thinks, and sees.
Whoa. That's not true, Crazy Bee. Every single one of them. Tim Walls, Ellison.
They see themselves as innocent. But we see them as guilty.
Because there's documentation. There's a trail. Ilhan Omar.
Not according to them. According to them, that's proof of anything. That's why, again, you will find the people who cheer for the sheriff of Nottingham, and you will find the people who cheer for Robin Hood, right?
Yes.
Robin Hood was a thief, even though he put the proceeds to helping the poor. He was still a thief. He still broke the law. Is he good or is he bad?
Surely, wasn't there a tale where the Robin Hood helped a noble who was being wrongfully wrongful?
Yes, but that's one of the few tales. But if you look at it again, it's about perspective.
Right?
What is your personal and moral perspective on it? Was Robin Hood doing right or was he doing wrong? To
Are
some
you
people,
okay?
Tim Walz and them did what was right.
What's the matter? Eric, come here.
All right.
Come here. Let me see how bad it is.
I'm not worried about my head.
Oh,
It's okay, Crazy Bee.
I'm going to go
Go
ahead
ahead.
and push play to get through the last few
Yeah,
moments.
go ahead. Here.
It's despicable, and it's antithetical to democratic values in our democracy.
Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon has also said the ex-CNN journalist Don Lemon may face charges for covering the protest. Dillon has said journalism is not a shield from a criminal conspiracy, and he said that Don Lemon was committing journalism. Can you respond to this as we wrap up?
It's absolutely absurd. Don Lemon had no idea what the protest would even entail.
Bullshit! Bullshit! There's a Facebook post to prove you wrong. His entire footage from beginning to end can prove you wrong.
He was at the scene. He
He
covered the whole thing before it
knew.
started.
The,
He knew.
how can she lie with a straight face?
Because she's used to it.
Like, my God.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I know I am not a perfect person, but what? This is a reverend who's not going to heaven. I have a very strong feeling this is a reverend who's not going to heaven.
You might be right.
Oh my God.
For this particular protest, the only people who are aware of what's going to happen are the organizers. So Don Lemon made the decision to come to Minnesota on Sunday. He reached out on Saturday night after he saw
You tagged him.
Yes, sir.
my flyer for the protest that I posted on social media.
And
I
tagged him on.
said, you know, if you want to come and document, you're welcome to, but I cannot give you any information about the demonstration itself. So this is an attack on the free press, as we've seen time and time again from the Trump administration. Don Lemon did nothing wrong other than being there documenting our voices as well as the voices of parishioners and asking them what they thought about ICE, what they thought about Pastor David Easterwood being a high-ranking official within ICE. Some of the parishioners didn't even know about this man's dual role. So Don Lemon did his job as a journalist, and he should be protected.
No,
and this
he
is along the
shouldn't.
lines of what has happened to journalists, whether they are being smeared in the media, threatened with investigation, or physically.
Oh, does this go for that Nick Shirley kid that you guys are all mad
Yeah,
at?
exactly.
Does this go to Cam Higbee? Does this go to any of the ones that you
Jake
guys
Lang.
attack on a routine basis and
Jake
the
Lang, who was
police
stabbed.
won't protect?
Yep, Jake Lang, who was stabbed. Yeah, go ahead.
Does this same thing go to them? Because it sure sounds like this is a two-way hypocrisy.
Yep.
It is hypocrisy. It's protect us, but not them. Go after them, protect this one. Nope, even though they're the same thing, no.
Physically assaulted by ICE agents in the field. We've had journalists wearing press badges and still being tear gassed, still being.
Then maybe they shouldn't have stood so close. Common sense. I want to film this protest. Oh, tear gas is coming out. Yeah, time to hightail it over that way, couple 100 yards out. Safety. Common sense. they get what they deserve for staying in that area
In
when the
that
tear gas
close.
is
Yep.
deployed or the pepper spray, whatever. You get what you deserve.
Still being shot with rubber bullets and harmed by ICE agents.
We'll be glad it was a rubber bullet and not a real one, like what they did to the people in Iran who are protesting. I don't know if you heard about that. Something
Yes,
like
ma'am.
30,000 people dead in less than 24 hours.
Yep.
Because they
They
literally
did
used
not.
real bullets.
Yep.
Just gonna point that out.
Mhm.
Be glad we're not the dictator they claim Trump is.
Agents and others who are a part of the federal government. This has to end.
Yes, it has to end.
We want to thank you so much for being with
And
us,
it's
Nekima. And I just want to ask you in the 10 seconds we have, do you fear being arrested at any moment?
It's very possible that I will be, but I'm still standing firm on behalf of our democracy, and I'm not afraid of the Trump administration and their shenanigans.
Nekima,
because the
Levy,
AG
Armstrong.
and the judges all in that area
That's right.
are part of your bullshit. Which is why I don't think anything's going to come of it. But at least they're trying. I would love to see something actually done about it. Appeal it to the Supreme Court. Appeal these decisions by these courts. Play their game back on them.
Right.
This judge is obviously incompetent. Or is very biased. And they're supposed to be unbiased on the bench, aren't they?
Well, I mean, the fact that they wouldn't sign the complaint against Lemon. And we've
Pretty
seen,
clear.
Yeah, and we've seen the magistrate is married to the assistant district attorney. So there's that. Then
I'd say there's no way there could be a fair trial. Take it to another state.
Exactly.
Take it to another state. Because there's no way there's going to be a fair trial. I think they could absolutely get away with it. They won't. Our federal government ain't going to create those kind of waves.
Right.
But they should. They absolutely should.
And this is what's frustrating, I think, to many people.
Me particularly.
I could tell. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it for the video. There's like 8 seconds of them saying goodbye.
Okay. All right. Well, it's after 9 o'clock, girl. You want to keep going?
Do you want to call it, or do you want to keep going and
I'm fine.
pick up more on Monday?
It's up to you. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Let's get through a little bit more of these X posts, and then we can call it.
Okay.
So I ran my mouth a lot. We'll let you.
All right. So this was from Kash Patel, and it said that they had executed, as everybody knows, she was arrested and charged with violation of the FACE Act and other violations, as Harmy Dillon said, but they didn't want to give out the details of what they were going to charge them with. More updates are to come. What do you got next?
Okay. This one.
So Kristi Noem, as everybody said, released the photo when they arrested her in the handcuffs, and I'm assuming Noem wrote that she was being charged with Federal Crime Code USC 241. Religious freedom is the bedrock of the United States. There is no First Amendment right to obstruct someone from practicing their religion. She also
She doesn't look any darker in this than she did in the video I shared.
No.
Yeah. Do you want to watch it, or is it just repeating what they said?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure what, I don't
News alert
recall.
because moments ago, remember that church incident on Sunday in Minneapolis? The AG Pam Bondi posted this, all right? I'm reading now. Minutes ago at my direction, HSI and FBI agents executed an arrest in Minnesota. So far, we've arrested Nekima. So far, okay, we'll come back to that. So far, we have arrested Nekima Levy Armstrong, who allegedly played a key role in organizing the coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. We will share more updates as they become available. Listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship, end quote. I want you to react to that, Paul. But on Monday, Tricia McLaughlin was on with Dana and me. And part of her answer said, I think we will be seeing mugshots very soon. She was tipping her hand that arrests were on the way, and this is the first one that's been made.
Yeah, and look, there's going to be very, very little that they can do in defense of this because it's on film, and for once they didn't cover their faces. Now here is the thing that's going to come out of this. You have her under arrest, now you're going to get the communications. And this is where it starts to spider web out. You start to see who was talking to who showed up in regard, including Don Lemon, how much did they all know going in? That imports things like conspiracy charges, which can be quite heavy. There's criminal civil rights charges that are implicated in the church incident.
This is also because one of the things that we found out about that was that they were targeting them because they were privileged white supremacists.
We talked about that earlier in the week. Not only did that come out in the video and that they said something like that in the church, but then after the fact, Lemon talks about exactly that, putting a racial overtone in the whole thing, which potentially could import a hate crime. So,
Oops. I apologize. Oh, no,
Well,
it ended.
it ends there. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
So,
was trying to reach for my medicine for my asthma. I apologize. I thought I hit the space bar. Go ahead.
you're okay. So I think this, hopefully, additional charges, additional people
News
are
alert
going
because
to
moments
be,
ago.
are going to come forward.
I hope so. And I hope something actually comes of it.
Yeah, so do I.
Because I don't care if you protest outside the church. You do not go in and
Right.
disrupt in the way you did. You can protest outside that church all you want. You can protest down the road from the church.
Yep.
Not
I
in
mean,
the
I don't.
church.
The rub will be if they get off.
That will piss me off.
And people that prayed across the street from an abortion clinic received years in prison because they had the FACE Act and the KKK Act thrown against them, as well as all of the other disorderly conduct, threats, all of that added in.
They're not going to like that we're following Biden's precedents on this.
Right. Well, you've said that before.
But it's not going to happen.
You know what I mean? Once you go down a path, somebody else is going to follow. If you're going to do this, the next administration's going to follow and do that. And that's what we see with all of these executive orders that we've talked about.
So what we see with the cheating in elections.
Yeah. Congress isn't doing their job in legislating, so the executive branch is doing it all via executive order. So the next administration that comes in, they just wipe out what the previous one did. Just
But
like
they've been doing that since the first Bush era.
All right, what's up? What do you got next? Are we done with her?
Swapping my earbuds. I think there might be one or two more. Hold on. I'm not sure. Hold on. This one. It's basically the same thing as all the others.
Yeah. That's just another article that we found. Scroll down a little bit, Crazy, or up, Crazy B, down, up, sideways, I don't know, whichever way. There was something in here.
It's a really short article from the looks of it.
Yeah, we don't need to read the whole thing. The church is considering legal action Oh, the White House did admit they digitally. Oh, they did admit that they digitally altered her image to show her
Doesn't matter
crying.
one way or the other because everybody's doing it to everybody to make them all look bad. Get over it.
Exactly.
Double standards don't fly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's just another piece. Very similar information that we gathered, so that'll be in the show notes for you to read.
Okay, next up is something Chantel Allen, that
Oh,
school board person.
why don't we hold off on her because that's the next person that was arrested, and we can
Okay.
pick her up on Monday. Why don't you drop down on the list in other things? And is there anything that you want to cover? What's first up?
Something from Andy Know about a man carrying a rifle on the street.
Oh yeah, why don't we show that?
Okay, let me find that. It's after. I gotta find it. There's quite a few things here. Ah, there it is. Okay. Here we are.
Yeah, so hit play on that, I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can you turn the volume up at all?
This is my block. This is my area. I don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
No, I'm okay with that. Our neighborhood's showing up.
You guys had a lot of people out here, right?
At least 30 or more.
Yeah.
40 or 50.
That's pretty good for a quick turnout.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there's just a guy out there with a gun.
A far left anti-ICE
My area.
extremist
I don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my.
believes it will deter federal law enforcement action. Leftists has
No, it's more likely to attract them.
To take up arms to kill ICE.
I don't see that going the way he thinks it will go.
Really? He thinks that
saying.
Really? He thinks that he's going to go up against ICE.
No. I don't see him surviving that.
I mean, what's going to happen when they roll up on him?
They're going to tell him to put the gun down. If he doesn't, after so many so many commands, they will just, open
I mean,
fire.
Is the neighborhood really okay with that? Or hit play again, Crazy B. How many people are walking around him?
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the one filming.
Somebody in the very far back, just on their way up, I guess.
7.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of move out.
Right.
Those look like kids getting off of a school bus.
Yep, this is my block. This is my area. I don't go into other
But
people's
they could be
neighborhoods and try and
older.
intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
No, I'm okay with that. Our neighborhood's showing up.
You guys had a lot of people out here, right?
At least 30 or more.
Yeah.
40 or 50.
That's pretty good.
There's some more people.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Scroll down, see, let's look at some of the comments.
Meal Team 6 takes a special kind of evil to manipulate the weak-minded in this way. 18 U.S. Code 111, forcible interference is a felony to forcibly assault, resist, oppose, impede, intimidate, or interfere with federal officers. And she put dumbass. For my next act, I'll make Democrats support the Second Amendment. All the gun control lunatics.
Yes.
No one should have guns. Take all the guns away. And he's carrying the big scary gun they want to ban.
Right, right.
Oh my God. I had to like that one on my personal account. Oh, but I got mad about this. Unless you're a conservative trying to defend your property from thugs, this guy
That's
is a
right. I
thug
forgot about that. Right?
trying to
They
impede
went to
law
jail?
enforcement.
Didn't they go to jail for that?
They did
Uh-huh.
for brandishing a weapon.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Arrest him. No private citizen cannot lawfully impede federal proceedings, blah, blah, blah. Yep, the same thing. Common forms of obstruction, witness tampering, using intimidation, threats, physical force, or corrupt persuasion, such as bribery, to influence a witness's testimony, prevent them from testifying, or hide them from authorities. Ooh, buddy. He won't be there long. Minnesota will be a little chilly this week. Starting tonight, wind chills of negative 29, frostbite in 5 to 15 minutes. Oh, what in the world? The man carrying the AR-15 is an apparent threat to federal government and has been identified as Jack Parton. Now, I know that 9 times out of 10, they get the wrong person the first 2 or 3 times that they identify them. So I'm not going to that may not be factual, and don't go after them. If you haven't figured it out yet, that Democrats are using riots and chaos to distract from their fraud, you are either a moron or willfully stupid. Obama used ICE to deport 3 million illegals, most without due process. I love ICE raids. I may not be a smart man, but GD, these are some smart, some stupid tarts. Oh, God. Hold on. America militia needs you. American militias need you. Uh-huh. I see useful idiots. Normally I cosplay at medieval festival. The Renaissance festivals are fun.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm not fucking dying for foreign murderers, rapists, or fraudsters. Amen. Stay out of the way. Respect my authority, Minnesota Cartman. If you know South Park, it's absolutely hilarious. If you don't know South Park, it's still funny. Oh my God. That one's great. Go protest and carry arms. Don't have to shoot arms. It is a show of force. Change will not happen without bloodshed. Read history. I think we could pass. I would prefer peaceful ways, but I do understand bloodshed is sometimes needed. But I'm not going to read that one. You can pause it when we're done and read it. I'm a fast reader. Now American elites and foreign powers use immigration as a weapon. The invisible coup. Yes, sir. Clown world alert. That is a really creepy clown. I need that
Yes,
mask.
I don't like clowns.
Okay, I will quickly go by. They are so stupid. Who the F buys a gun just goes outside so your neighbors can see you standing in the middle of the street like the fat goober you are? Stares in pure hate. I know. When you can have the guns at home instead of on the street. Otherwise, on the street, it looks a little funny.
Yes, it does.
Especially a rifle. You were
You're
about to
enter the FAFO zone.
Liberals walking into any building. You're sheltering ICE agents, aren't you? Are you not? Oh my God, yes. The Nazis are known for doing that.
All right, girl, why don't you end it with our last animal thing? Our last animal.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gotta mute it though. I won't be able to play it because of the music. Darn it.
Oh, okay.
All right, but I will share this instead. Back it up and hit play. Peekaboo. Oh, they're scared. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, he's got to run with the stuff so the panda won't attack him. Oh, that looks like fun. I
Uh-huh.
would love to sit in that little cup and just spin
Yep.
around. The panda kicked him in the head. Oh, there it goes. I have days where I feel like that when I have to stand up. I just roll into a ball. I keep slapping him as he
Are we back?
goes. Did you get kicked again? Yep. D'll be back. Oh, I love pandas. They are so funny. They are so cute. Oh, that was just adorable. D'll be right back, and then we'll close out for the night. And well, we'll probably rewatch the video just because it's so dang adorable. I think we should have to watch it again. Let me let D back in. There's D.
Okay, what
Hi.
happened there?
I don't know, but the video is adorable. I can replay it just because, it's adorable.
Go
And we should
ahead one
watch it
more
again.
time before we end the day.
Yep. It's only a minute. It's just too cute. It is just too cute. I love pandas.
And you really need the music to go with it, so
I know, but we
yeah,
will
we
get
can't.
in
Yeah,
trouble.
so it'll be in the description below.
Yes. That video is just so adorable. How can you not love pandas? Pandas are cute. Even though they're not the brightest creatures on the planet, they are adorable.
That cracks me up.
That's me. I can't get up in the mornings. Like, that's me. And throughout the day. They are just the cutest little critters stuck hanging until someone can come help. Oh, that is just too precious.
Hey JJ, good to see ya.
Hi, JJ. Okay, well, I do believe that does sum it up for the day.
Yes, we will be back on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for staying with us. We will try to get through the rest of this mess on Monday. Everybody, please stay safe. I might have to take the control buttons off of Crazy B. We'll see if
It
people
was
may.
just that one video that pissed me off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
It was.
Uh,
Oh, she gets on my nerves.
I know. But, we'll try to get through these other, two protesters and the rest of what's going on. And, we still have to get back to China and India and everything else that's going on. Canada, big to do with Canada, and there's a lot going on in the world. We don't have enough hours in the day to cover everything we need to do.
No, we don't. And that's what's wild.
Mm-hmm. So, alright, I'm out. Hopefully, I recover. As a reminder, please bear with me for the next month. We're on a roller coaster. It's going to be
Yep.
kind of crazy. Crazy B is going to have her hands full.
But it's worth it.
Thank
It's
you.
worth it.
We'll see at the end of 30 days.
It's not the first time. It won't
I
be the
know.
last.
Exactly. But I've never been on for 30 days before, so this is going to be interesting. So we'll see.
It's just going to last longer. It'll last because it's been in your system longer. It'll take it about 3 months to get out of your system.
So by summertime, oh Lord, help us.
Yeah, it won't be as bad once you stop taking them, but it
Right.
will still cause the longer effects.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So, but it's worth it.
All right. I'm done then. I'm out, Crazy B.
I'm going to just tell everyone to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, stay warm,
Warm.
and stay safe.
Exactly. Don't take any unnecessary risks.
Yep. And that second stay safe is added to on purpose,
Yep.
not on accident. I want y'all to be super safe with this weather front coming through because it's bad.
Exactly. All right. Good night.
Good night, folks, and we'll see y'all on Monday.